welcome back to Shop Local. So we're here with Patti Johnson again. This time we're at Core Dynamics Wellness. So this is the Pilates end of things.
Yeah.
Tell us about this. You kind of mentioned when we were talking about the dance. This is kind of how it all started for you.
Yeah. So I used to have a lot of lower back issues, which was weird because I was in the best shape of my life. I was in my 20s, and for those of people that have been around Lloyd for a long time, Dr. Yen was my best friend in my 20s. I had a weekly standing appointment with him, and he'd put my hips back in, and I'd go teach classes. And it was sort of, if I sat for any length of time and then went to get up, I was kind of recreating the evolution of man. Like I'd start here and work my way up right as I went. And then I could go teach an advanced jazz class. But the second I sat, I was back to that lower back pain. So I was at that Dance Teacher Summit in New York and met actually Mari Windsor, who's like a big Pilates guru. Took her class, and the rest is kind of history.
So I know with Pilates, there's a lot of certifications and there's different kinds of Pilates and stuff. So what kind do you guys teach? And is that all part of?
It's all part of this, yes. So all of this, yeah. So these are reformers. To answer your question, we do mostly stop Pilates, but we have been trained in other methodologies as well. There's both myself and Sam Greenacre that teach here. And we do reformers. We've both done our TRX certification. We do mat work. We do the Cadillac, which is this piece of equipment behind me here.
Looks like a torture device of some sort.
A little bit, but it's fantastic for post-physio work. We get a lot of referrals from physiotherapists and chiropractors in town. And just because of the height of it, and we can modify exercises on that quite well. So we can either increase or decrease the level, but it's also really good for targeting specific muscle groups.
So you said you get a lot of referrals from physiotherapists. Is that kind of your primary clientele, or who'd you say is your main clientele?
Honestly, we could do anybody from, like our dancers from upstairs come down here to work on balancing, especially when they're getting to that teenage stage. The body does some rapid growth, and sometimes we get little twists and things. Our acro dancers, we get a few of those down here as well. And so we work on balancing work with them. Then we get physio referrals, or people trying to not have to go to the chiropractor as much. Typically, if you're going back for the same thing, it's a muscle, not always, but it could be a muscle issue where your muscles are actually pulling the bony structure out of place. So if you don't do the work to rebalance it, you will always be going back to the chiropractor to fix the same thing. So that's where we come in, and we can rebalance that way. And honestly, like I've had men from the Construction Association in here working on upper backs and low backs. And we've done training for the hockey team here in Lloyd, the Bandits. We've done work with them. We have quite a few hockey players that come in to work on their flexibility and things like we can help mitigate, not eliminate, but things like shoulder cuff injuries and things like that. If we're working on balancing the shoulders, we can help to make sure that when they get in those corners and are taking the hits, they're not getting hurt and out for a season. So, honestly, we do everything from beginners to, and we, like in seniors, to elite athletes.
Nice.
And everything in between.
Is there one area you prefer working with the most, or kind of a favorite niche you like having?
Sometimes it depends on the week, to be honest with you, but I like the challenge of it. It's not ever the same. That's what I love about it. Like everybody's body's a little bit different. For me, it's sort of like a jigsaw puzzle. Like this might work, but then that piece doesn't fit anymore. So you've got to go through what you're working on. And the body is so cool. Like it is meant to heal itself. Sometimes you just got to know. Nobody messes up their posture on purpose. Right. But if we don't know better, right? Yeah.
Cool. So you're gonna take us through some of these torture devices?
Yeah, I think we should. So I'm gonna get you to stand nice and tall. You want as much width across the front of your shoulders as you have across the back, and then think of looking just over the top. There you go. Now straight elbows, and you're gonna pull it down towards the top of your thighs, as far as you can go without pushing too much weight forward, and then slowly go back up. And do you feel that work happening back here?
I do. It takes a lot of mental concentration, which has never been my strong suit. So
we got you. Good. And then slowly back up. Good, keep these shoulder blades together. And slowly back up. Hey, nice. Yeah, I can feel those popping back there. And this is a great one for people that work in an office setting, because we tend to have that rounded forward, head forward posture, right? So this is building those muscles. So yeah, and we'll eliminate things like headaches, Like a lot of people don't attribute that headache sensation to the way that they sit, but that's a lot of times, that's where it's coming from.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So are you guys open during the day, evenings? How does that?
All of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got a bit of a mixed schedule. We do daytime classes, some mid-afternoon and some evening, just so that we hit everybody's.
Okay.
And then we do private lessons as well.
Oh, you do? Okay. I was going to ask you that. So where do you find the schedule then?
We give the office a call. You can come down. We've got them here printed out for people to grab, and yeah. And if you don't find something that works for you, give us a call, because we've built classes for people before too.
Okay, and so they can track everything on your website. Social media is the same as with
social media. This is Core Dynamics Wellness if you're looking for us on Facebook, but yeah. Website's the same, coredynamics.ca.
Sounds good. Thanks for having us, Patti, and everyone, if you're looking for a place to go get your Pilates on, coredynamics.ca.